Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here with a top 5 receivers that could help the Titans in 2022. This is a video running through 5 receivers the Titans could trade for that would drastically improve their offense. First of all, here we're going with the absolute game changer with his breakaway speed, that being Anthony Schwartz. The reason he's at 5 is because I can very much see this happening for the Cleveland Browns. He's not the top target there with Amari Cooper being there, as well as Donovan Peoples-Jones, a guy that's very much looking for a spot where he can make an impact. The Titans have used those end arounds to very much ineffectively this year. So Anthony Schwartz could use that to his advantage, and I could very much see the Titans trading for the speed demon, Anthony Schwartz. Now, he has some problems with his hands that will very much need to be worked on. But as a playmaker, Anthony Schwartz can go out there and make plays, and that's what you want from him to do. Made a lot of plays for Baker, as we're seeing here. Good catch on the outside, showing the improvement of his hands. Now, the next guy I've got is the big body receiver, Chase Claypool. The reason I have him is this is not a trade I see. The Steelers very much are in rebuild mode. I believe they have a better receiver in George Pickens. Not saying that George Pickens long-term will be better than Claypool. I just think he has a skill set that Claypool doesn't. They're very similar receivers. And if Chase Claypool can't separate himself skill-wise away from George Pickens, then we're going to see Chase Claypool potentially be traded. And I think the Titans would very much take a Chase Claypool to come to their team and make a dominant impact. Now, as far as how I think the trade would overall be, this is why I have him at 4, because I don't see it happening. Now, 3, I have Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore has very much been a true playmaker for the New York Jets his rookie season. The reason he's at 3 is I don't know if the New York Jets are going to trade him. New York Jets right now are 5-1, but he hasn't seemed like he wants to play for the New York Jets. So, with that being, I don't know if this trade is even reasonable, but if it's there, the Titans have to take a gander at what New York would want for Elijah Moore, because the Titans need a dynamic playmaker on the outside. And Elijah Moore should have been who the Titans took in the first place. They ended up not doing that. Took Dylan Redunds, who hasn't played horrible for them, hasn't been anything to shine at either. He's been kind of middle of the pack. But now we're going to get into KJ Hamler, the guy that a lot of the Titans fans haven't been talking about, and the guy that I think really should be talked about. With Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy being on this team, KJ Hamler's really the outlier, and Tim Patrick's on this squad too. KJ Hamler's a dynamic playmaker, a deep threat that the Titans could very much utilize. Robert Woods and Treylon Burks are still going to be the number 1 targets on this team. They just need a guy that can make those plays as your third guy. Nick Westbrook doesn't have the speed to do that. KJ Hamler definitely does. He's had some injury problems over his career, but could definitely be what the Titans could be looking for, and wouldn't cost them much trade capital to get KJ Hamler. Would be a very dynamic playmaker and could very much improve what the Titans do on offense. Now we're going number 1, and I'm going with Kendrick Bourne. Very similar to KJ Hamler. Kendrick Bourne has been the number 1 option in New York, but hasn't been that recently. There we see a tight end around, a guy that can actually run that to effectiveness with what the Titans have been trying to do recently, and it hasn't been working. But anyway, Kendrick Bourne, who has put up some very impressive seasons with New England, isn't the number 1 target anymore. Devontae Parker's there. Jacoby Myers is still on the rise. And then you got Kendrick Bourne sitting there on the 3rd really not getting the reps that you need to give to a receiver of his ability. He had 900 yards. He tore up the Titans last year when the Patriots played him. Made amazing catches there against the New Orleans Saints. I think Kendrick Bourne could definitely be somebody the Titans need to look at as.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Need